Meows and Mutts Animal Rescue is a 501c3 nonprofit organization founded by Christy Mobley in Mobile, Alabama. Their mission is to help reduce the population of homeless animals while also helping control the population from growing through spay and neuter. The organization works diligently to provide spay and neuter resources to the community while also intaking sick, injured, or homeless animals to provide care and adopt them into loving homes. My name is Allyson Clements, and I am a public relations specialist and avid animal lover, which has led me to this organization and wanting to help them out. Prior to my investment into the organization, they had not established an online presence at all. Meows and Mutts had very recently formed and obtained their 501c3 status. Christy had created a private group for fosters and volunteers, but had not yet created public profiles to represent the work of the organization. The organization has strength in their organization with a clear objective that will be easily accomplished with their accessible resources. Their weakness is being such a new organization. They have very little visibility or brand equity and will need to build a dedicated support system. This also presents them an opportunity to build their reputation from scratch with a clean slate and building a relationship with the community. The only threat they face is the competition of other organizations who are also asking for donations and support. Meows and Mutts will need to stand out and create a more valuable connection. The main competition of Meows and Mutts will be Perfect Partners of Mobile. The nonprofit organization directly aligns with the mission of Meows and Mutts, with the offset of Meows and Mutts offering dog rescue resources as well. All of the organizations facilitate rescue and transport for animals with the goal of adoption. My clients' goals and wishes are to gain a dedicated following that will convert to donors and supporters. We would like to raise at least $5,000 and obtain 500 followers across all platforms with the retention of at least 2 monthly donors. These followers, ideally, will be supporters of the mission and will be willing to donate when the need arises, potentially as recurring donors. The secondary research I chose to dive into was the primary demographic of Meows and Mutts, who would respond to different content. I chose the topic of psychology, if you will, with the content because the variation of word choices will cause the content to appeal to different audiences, as well as the percentage of working population, ideally individuals who would likely donate, and the percentage of social media users. According to the Faunalytics article from 2019, it shows that content from animal rescues or shelters that make their audience feel like the hero with their financial aid rather than burdened by what they cannot change is more effective with donor retention. It is essential to know the demographic of working individuals to know if the economy will support the expectation of substantial donors, as well as how many of these individuals and their age ranges use social media. It is a great start to know if the content will reach the appropriate audience who is present and has the ability to donate. I found this information on the secondary research by searching the demographics of social media usage on Alabama Media Group, as well as common nonprofit marketing websites that pull and create reports on how other nonprofits reach and market to their target audiences. My primary research was based on using a content strategy to gain insight on the post, verbiage, and call to actions and the results they proved. In this research, I adjusted the way that the content was presented and monitored results and response to each change. I started asking smaller. During this research, my goal was to understand how to communicate the organization's need to the audience in a way that made them want to take action, without steering them away from wanting to support the organization by asking for unobtainable requests. The participants in this research essentially was the audience that engaged and responded to the content being posted. In these posts, I made clear asks for donations, fosters, and supporters in a variation of approaches. In the post that told a story, such as medical case named Lucky, the story created an emotional connection, and my ask for donations resonated because helping one cat was much more doable than helping all of the cats, as in my post asking for general donations for the cats in the rescue. Asking to support all of the cats with donations felt like a big ask, almost as if it was asking for a lot of money rather than just enough for one animal. This response told me that the audience wanted to help, but within their means. If the ask was within reason, with a clear bottom line such as $400 or 6 bags of food, it got a much better response with a follow-through from the audience with a lot more donations. This research helped me in planning this campaign by showing the audiences that can help as long as we keep our requests narrowed to a very small and specific goal. Prior to my involvement with Meows and Mutts Animal Rescue, their communication practices were minimal, meaning that they were very brand new, and the only social media platform they had active was a private group for volunteers and fosters. They had no public-facing platform, no brand image or voice, and no reputation. Their goals for the campaign was to grow a following on Facebook and Instagram, start fundraising with the help of a consistent reputation over email newsletters, and use these platforms to build relationships that were retained donors and fosters. To achieve these goals, we put a plan in action to share stories and information across both platforms and email. We shared stories on transports and adoptions, and when it came to asking for donations, we asked small. These requests made our followers feel like they could contribute and wasn't too far beyond them to help. Very simple and easily accomplishable amounts like $2 Tuesdays and $5 Fridays were posted each week. These asks, paired with the successful results of adoption and transport, helped build a relationship with the community that showed Meows and Mutts actively representing their mission. After a few months of this campaign strategy, we started growing a dedicated following. Meows and Mutts Animal Rescue has grown a following of 159 followers on Instagram, 453 followers on Facebook, and 369 email subscribers. We have retained 4 recurring monthly donors and 2 new foster homes. Through these months, we have also successfully raised over $3,000 in donations. Following this campaign, we will train their new social media volunteer in these strategies and tactics to ensure that they have a solid understanding of post goal and concept moving forward. We will also maintain our relationship with the organization as a volunteer to offer guidance and fundraising strategies and campaign planning in the future.